this is Neha and you're watching my channel Harna Medu Zone. As you all know, that the title given below, that we are going to discuss about the subject English. I have planned that since this is little vast subject, in the perspective of competitive examination, I have divided into series. I don't know where in which series it will end. But today is the series 1, in which we will be discussing about 8 parts of speech of English. But before going into the subject, let me just say you something. English plays a very important role in each and every field nowadays. And the thing is, like, in competitive examinations, it plays a huge role, whether it may be in prelims, whether it may be in mains, or whether it may be in interview. Why? Because, see, we don't know in which part of this country we are going to be posted, and the one language, the basic language, can be called as to be English, and nowadays it is a huge support of conversation. So I hope you need to study the English in a grammatical way, and also understand it how to speak in a very good perfect way. Yeah, it is not necessary that you need to use lavish words and you need to use a very good accent and all, but speak in such a way that it holds a good grammar and it is understandable by the person who is listening to you. So without wasting much time, so today we are going to discuss about 8 parts of speech. See, we are being studying this from our primary in the school, but then for exam perspective it will be little different. Here you need to know each and every rules, how do you use each one of the speech. Okay, so that's where we will be discussing in this video. So let me just list out, as you all know that there are 8 parts of speech. What is the first one? First one is noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, conjunction, preposition, interjection. So repeat it with me. What are the 8 parts of speech? One is noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection, and preposition. So these are the 8 parts of speech. So till here, I hope you have got what are the 8 parts of speech. Alright. Today in this series, we will learn what is a noun and what are the rules, how you should use the noun perfectly, and in which scenarios how the noun is used. See, generally when we speak in any conversation, we just use it like that. But in examinations, it doesn't work. Literally, it doesn't work. Why? Because you need to choose the correct option out of MCQs. And when you go with ideal knowledge, it will not work. So you need to know the typical grammatical rules of noun, how to use noun, its rules to use it. Okay, hence we are going to see what is noun and the rules to use it. Alright, okay, let's move on. Okay, what was the first one? Noun. Okay, what can be a noun called as? A noun can be called as a name of a person, place, or a thing, other than intangible things. Other than intangible things. What are, now there is a, what is this tangible, intangible? Anything which you can touch and feel is called as tangible, and anything which you can't touch and feel is known to be intangible. Other than intangible, all the tangible things are called to be noun. The name of the thing, person, place, other than intangible is known to be noun. Now, apart from knowing what is noun, you should also know how many types of nouns are there. There are typically 5 types of nouns. How many? 5. So repeat it with me. What are the 5 types? The first one is common noun. The second one is proper noun, the third one is material noun, the fourth one is collective noun, the fifth one is abstract noun. Alright? Yeah, we saw the five kinds of nouns. In that, which was the first one? Common noun. See, anything which you state commonly, which you direct commonly, is known to be common noun. Any place or a thing where you don't know the particular information of it, but you know that it belongs to a similar kind and category. For example, I can give an example for common noun as boy, girl, and fan, chair, anything it can be. See, for example, a small person is walking through the road. I don't know his name, so I just call him, hey boy, listen to me. So I don't know his particular name, but I know that he belongs to a common category of a gender male, so I call him a boy. So like that, anything where you don't know the particular information and you can generalize it to a common, then it is known to be a common noun. As you know, I am sharing the slides to you. And the second one is known to be what? Proper noun. Now, the dignified and signified information about the common noun is known to be a proper noun. For example, I know he's a boy. Now I know the name of the boy also. That is what, for example, the name of the boy is Amit. Alright. So I can call now, hey Amit, listen to me. So I properly state him. So any signified information about a common noun is known to be a proper noun. What was the third one? The third one was material noun. In the material noun, I can give example of wood, plastic, leather. Why? Because material noun is known to be a thing which further gives a finished product. Anything which gives further a finished product is known to be what? A material noun. Alright, what was the fourth one? Collective noun. Anything which you call in a group, you can call it in a group, is called as collective noun. For example, army, police, parliament. Those are, you're not specifying it. You call them in a group of things. So that is known to be collective noun. Yeah. What was the last noun? Abstract noun. So abstract noun can be divided into three. It can be of the feelings, it can be of the state, and it can be of the quality. Alright, quality, state, and feelings. When it comes to the feelings, so what can be the abstract nouns? Love, hate, such kind of things come under feeling abstract nouns. State, in which state you are, whether you are tired, birth, death, all kind of, in which state you are discussing about the position of the scenario. So that is called to be what? The abstract noun of state. When it comes to quality, I can say the strength, the pitch, beauty, all such kind of things which express the quality of the things is known to be what? Abstract noun in the sense of quality. I'm sharing all the slides which you can watch and then revise it again. Alright? Yeah. What I was saying is I'll be ending it today here. Why? Because if I start with the rules of nouns, then the video becomes little lengthier and people will lose the patience to listen it. So today we learned about 8 parts of speech. In that, the first one was noun, and we also saw the kinds of noun. Until then, you will be revising this, and I will be coming with the next video with the rules of nouns. We will thoroughly discuss. Basically, there are 10 to 12 of it. We will see in the next series of our English. I'll be ending this video by this. So the one thing what I wanted to say is, like, don't lose your patience due to the scenarios and due to the things going around since we are in the lockdown. Keep motivate to yourself and do something very new, and keep learning with me, and I'll be meeting you in the next video. Stay happy, stay safe at home, and I wish you all have a good health. Until then, take care. Bye bye.